Aloha, I'm Pancho Sullivan. Welcome to my first hand. Aloha, my name is Pancho Sullivan. I'm 32 years old, and I'm from Sunset Beach, Hawaii. I'm a professional surfer, I'm a father, and I am a husband. My beautiful wife's name is Haunani, and my daughter's name is Kira. She's 16 months old, and they are the loves of my life. You know, I draw a lot of inspiration by the relationships that I have with both of them. I have papilloma, which is actual nodules on your vocal cords. And when I was a kid, they did about in between 15 and 20 surgeries. So it left a tremendous amount of scar tissue, which gave me this voice that's pretty hard to disguise. It gets old answering, so sometimes I just go with whatever somebody throws out. Yep, I'm sick, or yeah, I've been out for 3 days, 3 nights in a row straight. Haven't slept yet. Yeah, the Aussies love that one. Surfing started out as something that I really enjoyed doing as a kid with my friends, and I was always influenced and tried to emulate, you know, power surfers, guys like Johnny Boy Gomes and Sonny Garcia. And I started entering the events on the North Shore here when I was 18. Competing in the events here catapulted me into a professional career that's taken me all over the world as a paid free surfer. You know, that was the primary interest and focus of Rip Curl and their search program. Within the last 4 years, I think I've made approximately 6 finals. Out of the 6, I've won 4 events. That competitive drive made me want to see if I was capable of qualifying for the championship tour, and so I went out and slugged it out on the QS, and coming into Hawaii, my goal was just to give myself an outside chance at qualifying, which I had done coming into Hawaii. I think I was about 37th on the WQS. You know, to qualify for the championship tour, you have to be in the top 15 of the WQS. Fortunately, in the final, I was able to step it up a notch and
we're just JOJ right now, just arrived here in the Caroline Islands. Was telling Miles about this place since I had the opportunity to come last year. And
I've been hearing a lot about this wave down in the Carolines, and Pancho was just frothing about it last year because they scored it so good. And so I was really excited to go down there with him.
Well, Miles Padaka is a really good friend of mine, and we've been tow partners for a few years now. He's somebody that I trust my life with.
I'm glad he's back. Will be a very exciting things for us.
It's fun. Bomb. That's it. Up the bomb.
Very powerful splash. It's always great when you can do a trip with a close friend. It just helps kind of go back to the roots of what it's all about for me, and that's just that connection with nature and that real simplistic enjoyment of riding waves, you know, without crowds and the whole media frenzy that goes on here on the North Shore sometimes.
That's how we do it. We touch a little thing. How you mean, man? Lord of mercy.
I was still really focused on wanting to win the Triple Crown, and you know, you have to do well at all three events. So going into Sunset, we gave it 100%. Ended up losing in the quarterfinals on the last day. Just, you know, fell out of rhythm with the ocean and just couldn't find the waves that I needed. But bettered one of my results on the QS and moved into 8th position, and that was a big relief, even though I hadn't won the event. I kept myself in contention for the Triple Crown, and then also solidified my spot on the WCT for 2006. Well, I'm just gonna run by my shaper, Jeff Bushman's house. A little quick meeting, and then back in the water.
Hey, Jeff. Pancho.
Been on the phone.
How's it working out?
Everything's fine.
Being in tune with your equipment and having a good relationship with your shaper is very important, because you need to have an open mind and you need to take an active role in, you know, finding out why a board works a certain way. The tails are real pinny.
Well, we had to do that.
Yeah, in order to compensate.
Yep. What I do is I listen to him, and a lot of what he tells me about how the board's working, I'm able to kind of translate into the actual design. He's become unbelievable with it, what he knows about his equipment.
Looking forward to next year's WCT tour. To compete at that level, you have to have the best boards. He listens to the way that I express how I want to approach riding waves and apply that to building me boards that get me there. Pipeline is the third jewel of the Triple Crown, and I think currently I'm still holding the ratings lead, but it's anybody's ball game coming into pipe. Had a pretty stacked heat. Had Kalani Robb and CJ Hobgood, and when you have that level of competitors in your heat, you have to turn it up a notch. I went out there and we finally got a little increase in the swell. Ended up getting second in my heat, which put me into the second round of competition. I felt like there was a bit of pressure at that stage. I had Aki, Phil McDonald, and Dean Morrison in my heat. Mark Occhilupo, by just staying busy and catching a lot of waves on the inside, pretty much sealed up first place. I think it was about the 5-minute mark. Phil McDonald took one out of desperation, went right, and it closed out, and he broke his board, and that was the end of his heat. And then it just left Dean Morrison and I sitting out the back, and he needed a really low-scoring ride, and it forced me into having to kind of sit on him and jockey him for priority, and just so to keep him off of any scoring potential rides. I was really excited to be in the event going into the quarterfinals.
I had to sit on him on the end, and I felt that. And he kind of gave me a gift right before that on the last wave.
No, but he couldn't. He wasn't gonna make it.
I've been friends with Reynolds Hayes for a really long time.
Long time, you know, from childhood days and high school.
I approached him and asked him if he would help me out and coach me a bit. This winter, he helped me out as a friend because he knew I was in a unique situation of qualifying. It's just been a tremendous boost in my confidence, and you know, hopefully I can carry this on the road and contend for a world title. That's my goal. Got down here early this morning, and it looks like the event's going to be on, so it's time to prepare to do battle.
I was seated into quarter number 4, and I had Mark Occhilupo, as a former world champ and a pipeline master, Bruce Irons, who's one of the best free surfers in the world, and also a pipeline champion, Sonny Garcia, who's a 6-time Triple Crown champ. So I knew that I had my work cut out for me. When you get a wave that you don't make in heat, when you're not sitting on even one, above average ride in the heat, mentally you really start to scramble a little bit more. The further we went into the heat, it seemed like more in rhythm Sonny and Bruce got. So I bowed out of the event in the quarterfinals and had to basically sit back and watch the Triple Crown slip away. Andy Irons, not only did he win the Pipeline Masters, but he also won the Triple Crown, which, as another Hawaiian surfer, you enjoy seeing that prestigious title stay here in Hawaii.
I think Pancho's gonna do great. He's not some young kid that just came out of the QS. He's been doing it for years. He can make a statement here, and I can really, get a stride going and be a threat, hopefully. I definitely want to see it.
It's the day after the Pipeline Masters, which was the last event of the Triple Crown, and now we're just kicking back and playing kickball, having a good old time, and it's kind of a fun thing for people from all over the island to come out and get together. See a lot of kids playing, just relaxing, a bunch of families down here, and everybody's potluck, food, drinks, and a lot of fun, just laid back, island style.
Some of the people on my team were Jack Johnson and Tamayo and Amelia Perry and Kelly Slater and
Hukain guys.
So high.
I wasn't gonna run. Good game, good game. Yeah, good job, good job. Aloha, this is Pancho Sullivan, and we're on the North Shore of Hawaii. Rocky Point is crowded, closed out, overhyped, super fun. One of my favorite waves. It's so versatile that's what makes it so special, I think.
When I think of Pancho surfing, I definitely think of power and commitment.
He's so powerful, you know, and he's so stylish.
Stylish, on point, and powerful.
I think it's the same with anybody's surfing style. It just kind of comes out, you know, in the way that you ride a wave and express yourself. But I really enjoy, you know, trying to do the most powerful turns that I can do. That drive within myself to want to go into every turn that I do with speed and power and commitment. One of the things that I've been involved in this year is the Pupukea Paumalu Community Land Trust, and that is to purchase a 1,300-acre piece of land above the bluff at Pipeline. There was a proposed project for 250 luxury home sites, all of which would have caused a tremendous amount of erosion runoff into the ocean. The Pupukea Paumalu project was spearheaded by a friend of mine who grew up here on the North Shore, along with Jack Johnson.
Tonight we're all gathering here at Waimea Valley. We're doing a fundraiser for this property, Pupukea Paumalu. And so we're raising money trying to buy it and turn it into a land trust so everybody can use it.
It's just a beautiful place, and if we can sort of try to keep it at the level it's at right now, then you know, I think that our kids and kids' kids will be able to enjoy it more.
62 going once. We're ready to go for 62. I got 63. 7,000 Marvin. I got 7,000 Marvin. 8,000. 8,000. 65. Holy shit.
You know, hopefully I can use whatever success that I have, you know, to give back in different ways. Well, going into the final day at Haleiwa, it was the final day of the waiting period, so everybody knew that no matter what the surf was like, we were going to run, and we had to surf from the round of 32 through to the final. I got second in pretty much every heat leading up to the final. You know, when I squeaked through the semi, I just, something clicked. The conditions were just ripe to go into the final and really let it all hang out. Going into the final at Haleiwa was Brett Simpson, who's a young guy out of Huntington Beach, California, Rayoni Monteiro, who's from Brazil, and he's a very dynamic, explosive surfer, and then Mick Fanning, who, of course, is, you know, the #3 rated WCT surfer in the world. And
looking for that Dream Tour spot. Would you please welcome your champion of the OP Pro Hawaii 2005, Pancho Sullivan.
always felt that I could do it. It was just, you know, just eluding me. So it feels really rewarding, you know, to put in, you know, that much hard work and be dedicated to something for 14 years and to finally accomplish it is really rewarding.
Can you believe it?
You know, it was pretty emotional when I won the event. I'd been wanting to win a Triple Crown event for a number of years and came really close a couple times, and you know, it was just a big relief to finally be able to check that off the list. Even though I do have competitive drive and goals and aspirations, at the core of who I am and why I'm a surfer is to enjoy those free surfing, soul surfing moments. You know, those intimate moments when you really connect with the ocean and the environment.
Hey, what's that one do for you, Pancho?
When you're tossing a real large pizza, right in the oven.